Okay, so as you know, one of the benefits of the conception is reducing your stress. So this is just basically a really good anytime, anywhere workout, no equipment, just basically full body, including a little bit of core, just for feel good factor really, and just, you know, engage in lots of different muscle groups. And all you're going to need is a soft space to lay down. So it's quite a chilled one.
Let's get the blood flowing then.
So you're going to start on your back. And we're going to go into a really good exercise just for, you know, pelvic floor, hips, glutes, which is the humble glute bridge. So we're going to start in a position where your heels are going to be easy, because you want to use the force on the heels to be able to drive your hips up. And then again, work in the pelvis. So as you drive through the heels, lift up into a bridge, and then push the pelvis back down again to come down. So you haven't got an arch in the bottom, so your hips are going to come down, so your back comes down straight. So angle the pelvis up, push, and then control the pelvis to come down straight. Angle the pelvis towards you and lift, and now push it back down and relax. So you're coming straight back on, so your back is flat, so you've got nice control. You don't want to come down and have a curve to your lower spine. So use all the control through the pelvis. So just bring your hips down straight. Now angle your pelvis towards you and lift. And push down.
Really feel this in the glutes.
Oh yes. There's lots of bits that you can add in on progression with this, but this is just a really good one to really wake up the muscles and get, you know, a start of your posterior chain and really feeling where your glutes are to continue on through your workouts. I think this is my #1 favorite glute exercise if you do it right. And then push down. It's just, you don't realize how much control you need over your pelvis when you're doing anything to do with the hips and glutes. And then you're gonna, on the last rep, and push up and hold for the last one, and then you're just going to hold that for 10 seconds. So carry on with your breathing and squeeze for your life as hard as you can whilst keeping the hips up.
I'm squeezing.
Oh yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Perfect. So we're going to take it into a single leg glute bridge. So you're going to cross one leg over. Yep. So this comes the tricky bit. I mean, if you can't get your range up too much, don't panic. Just start slow, and then you can build up as you go along. So you're going to do the same kind of principle. You're going to use this to push up. It's the same control through the pelvis. Breathing out as you push up. Breathing in as you relax down. And then one of your glutes is taking most of the flack. So in 5, 4, 3, and again you're going to hold for 5 seconds this time. 2, and one more, hold. 5, keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax slowly down, swap. Can you feel if there's one glute firing more than the other?
Yeah, actually this one feels better.
It's not uncommon to feel like one glute is, you're getting much more of a push from one glute compared to the other one, and it's just over time that will balance out. And it's really important to get even when you're doing things like squats and lunges. You can really notice, can't you, if one's off,
Yeah.
when you know what you're looking for and how to feel it. And last 2, and another 5-second hold. 2, and push up through the heels, drive through the heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release down. Good stuff. So you're going to rest in between each exercise, and then you're going to come onto your side. So you can just maneuver. And then we've got 2 exercises a lying leg raise, which is, I use this one a lot. It's a really generic, good all-round exercise for glutes and adductors. So extend one leg, and then you want to engage the glute by pulling the leg slightly back and then twisting the ankle. That's it. And then you're going to go for 10 raises. And tempo and control through all of these bodyweight exercises is what you look for. If you are just in this position, raising the legs really fast, you won't get as much engagement. Slow and steady definitely is the way forward for bodyweight exercises, really making the most of your tempo. 4, 3, 2, last one. Rest, and then you're going to go from this side into your circles. So go making your leg back, nice wide circles. 3, 5. How's it feeling considering it's just body weight?
It's burning.
4. They're very deceptive. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. And then you're just going to switch to the other side. You want to just bring your leg a tiny bit back to really engage with the glute and angle the toes down. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little rest if needed. If you're feeling brave, go into the circles. I think when you go straight from the raises to the circles, I think it's definitely added burn.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Okay, your next set, so there's 2 exercises in each set. So you had your glute bridge, your single leg bridge. Repeat that set, so maybe 2 or 3 times, and depending on what you feel comfortable with. And then you'll go into your leg raises and circles 2 or 3 times, and then the next combination is going to be for the core, so abs, control through the core. So you're going to come onto your back, and then you have a reverse crunch. So a typical reverse crunch, you can be quite difficult, but this time we're going to use the heels of the foot to really elongate the extension back down to the mat after you've come up into the crunch, to really put the core under tension. So, Sarah, with your reverse crunch, you know the drill. So you're going to lift up into the reverse crunch, and you don't have to go too crazy. You can just, that's it, feel the core connect, and then really slowly down on the heels. So instead of putting the flat down, you're going to come down right onto the heel. That's it, and lift up again. And as much control through this part of the exercise that you have, the more engagement you're going to keep on the core. So just keep it all in the tummy, touch on the heel, and push. And even if you have your legs a tiny bit wider, and keep the toes up. So you're coming straight down, touching the heel, and then straight back up. And you can feel it, can't you? Like pulling all the way down. So this is a good time, conception, doing exercises like this so you can build up strength in your core. So when you do get pregnant, you can maintain that through your pregnancy. And obviously then we'll come on to later is the postnatal. It stands you in good stead for a speedier recovery. 1 last 2. Again, make sure your breathing is intact. So as you lift up, you're going to breathe out. and perfect. Good stuff. So then we're going to stay in that position and you're going to go into your lying scissors, which is another favourite of yours, isn't it? So make sure your pelvis is angled towards you, so you have your back flat to the mat. No, you don't want a neutral spine, no massive curvature, you know, when you see like that ridiculous gap in between. So you just want to keep the spine pressed in the mat. And you don't even have to go too low. You can just keep it, feel where your core is engaging. It should be somewhere down here. Yeah, you can feel that's quite nice and tight. Because what normally happens when the legs go too low, that you get that, the whole position of the back moves and you see the curve, which is what we don't want. Just all the time, feel the pressure, dig deep into the mat. Perfect. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. So again, those two combinations repeat 2 or 3 times, and then you're coming on to the last one. So we're going to start with, this is like a cool down for the finish of the workout. So we're going to, it's called what I call it a sit up to back stretch. So you can keep your legs like this or you can have them straight. So you're going to start with your arms outstretched behind your head. And then a big inhale as you stretch. And then breathe out as you lift up and try and touch your toes, or your arms are going to come to the side. And then really slowly inhale as you come back down to the mat, arms outstretched, and then breathe out, let it out as you stretch. And just keep that really nice and controlled. So this is going to help you sort of learn to work with your breathing. Nice and controlled. Breathe, big breath in, and then push it out. It's amazing, isn't it? Did you find that with your core when you first started controlling it properly, how different it is when you really engage in the muscles, and the breath is so important.
The breath gets you through it.
Yeah. You feel more powerful when you use your breath as well. Okay, so again, so anywhere between 8 to 10 of these. And just really enjoy this part of it. You're winding down. Use your breath. Use it as a little bit of a stretch. And last one. Perfect. So when you come up to your top position, you're then going to come into the final section, which is holding a V-sit. This is going to be, you want to start small, get proper form, and try and work up your way to hold it for up to 30 seconds, which is very tough. You're just going to keep your chest up so you really feel the core, and then keep the legs there. And just breathe all the way through it. How long do you think you've got in the tank today?
Not long.
It's a really, really good one to work on your strength. And the progressive of this, if you can't lift your legs up, you can start with your legs down. I'll give you a rest. And then just hold the position from there. So start with your legs bent, and then just lean until you start to feel your core engage. And that's where your starting position. As you get stronger, then you can start to raise up your feet. But this is a good place to start. There you go.